Well, hello there, Virgo. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your December 2023 tarot reading. So this is good for the last month of 2023. We'll see how you're closing out this year and getting ready for a fresh new year ahead. So we'll start with the Oracle cards. We'll take a look at the overall energy for the month ahead, and then we'll go to the tarot to take a look at, what obstacles might be on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from Spirit. So let's get into it. Let's see what you have on the horizon. Breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. Oh my goodness. And cow spirit, the miracles are endless. I mean, this is the energy, and this has really been in your readings lately about some type of a breakthrough coming through. Maybe it's that idea that you've been waiting for to take action on, right? Maybe this is a person coming onto your path that opens things up for you, gives you new opportunities. This could be, a job, a job offer, or some type of situation that comes onto your path suddenly. It's a breakthrough after all the hard time. And, this is like a farmer out, toiling very diligently, working on, trying to bring in a harvest, right? And this is the energy where you have been working really hard, Virgo, but it's like you've been having to almost like, I don't want to say force yourself, but really step into that energy of just sticking with your routine, sticking with something, even though you weren't able to see it come into fruition, having, that breakthrough moment where all of a sudden things start going your way. And yet here is this breakthrough. This breakthrough is coming in right here at the end of 2023, bringing in these endless miracles just for you. Yes, it's, the energy where, this is the number 15, and they're really pointing out the 5 to me. 5s are understanding something has to change. I can't keep working this hard and hoping that things are going to happen for me. Something has to change, but perhaps it's even changing your mindset, allowing the universe to work behind the scenes, allowing your spirit guides and angels to bring in this new idea, this new opportunity, this new relationship that takes everything to the next level for you, right? And I feel like that's part of it is perhaps, allowing. There's a little bit where you could have been working really hard, very diligently, right? And yet at the same time, it's, almost like, allowing yourself to let the universe help you all of a sudden brings in the breakthrough that you have been wanting. Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, this is beautiful energy. We're going to first take a look at your present energy. What's going on with you right now, okay? And then we're going to take a look at your obstacle. Now remember, your obstacle is allowing you to see where you are going to be a month from now. Your obstacle is the spiritual lesson that you are working on at this time, and not allowing your obstacle to stop you from what it is that you want. Yeah, because look at this. You have regeneration and come to the edge. I mean, this is the death card, right? This is understanding that something is coming to an end. This energy of feeling like you're working really hard and not getting anything back out of it. So whether it's a career, a job, a project that you're trying to launch, or a relationship, feeling as if you're doing all of the work. And look, literally, this farmer is in the field by himself, thinking that you're doing all of the work, and yet at the same time not getting the benefits of it. And suddenly this breakthrough comes in. It allows you to get the second chance in life. It brings in people, situations that help you to move towards your 10 of Cups. This is the beautiful energy that you've been waiting on, and yet at the same time feeling like perhaps it was never going to come. Yeah, this is almost the energy of, like having a project or a relationship, a situation in your life. It could even be something that you're trying to transform about yourself. Okay. So it could be even with your health. It could be, trying to get in better shape or overcoming some type of an illness or something like that. Understanding that you've been doing the hard work and yet at the same time, you haven't been able to see the benefits. All of a sudden, the benefits come in. It's almost like you had to keep working at it, and you may have felt like you weren't getting any traction. That's kind of an interesting message. You may have felt like you were just spinning your wheels, right? And that you weren't getting anywhere. You were working really hard, but you weren't getting anywhere. Okay, so they're giving me the scenario of being like stuck in snow or stuck in mud, and if you just, put your foot on the accelerator and the wheels just spin, but you don't go anywhere, right? You can just sit there and, dirt or mud will fly everywhere or snow, but you can't get anywhere when you do that. And the better way, right, is to go slow. It's kind of like allow the car, allow the treads of the tire to go slow so that they can get a little bit of traction, right? And so I feel like that's part of it, is that you may have been almost like feeling like you're spinning your wheels, working really hard, and yet getting nowhere, okay? Just like being stuck in the mud or the snow. And it's about, okay, I'm going to take my foot off the accelerator a little bit and just kind of like ease myself forward. And when you do that, it's kind of like all of a sudden this new inspiration comes in, because that's what I'm seeing here. Look, you have the Ace of Wands, you have happy, and true love. This whole situation has been to help you to understand. I think some of you are understanding, first of all, your connection to spirit, where when we feel like, okay, this is my plan, this is what I'm going to do in order to manifest what it is that I want. I'm going to go out and work in the fields for 8 hours a day. And I'm just going to put my head down and I'm going to toil and I'm going to work really, really hard. And then I know that, my harvest will come in, But this is the energy of understanding that when we allow ourselves to work with spirit, when we allow ourselves to kind of like, listen to our intuition, listen to our hearts when we are working. It's not that we don't work. It's just like when you're stuck in the mud. You don't completely take your foot off the accelerator, right? You're just easing the accelerator. And this is the energy of easing whatever this project or situation is for you. It's allowing spirit to help you. It's once again, if you're stuck in the mud or in the snow, it helps if you have somebody, helping to push the car. You're not going to floor the accelerator, the gas pedal, right? You're going to ease it, but then you have, people behind helping to push the car a little bit. Think of your spirit guides and angels being the ones that help you to ease out of a situation that you feel like you have been stuck in for a very long time, feeling like there was no other way to get around this except just putting your head down and working hard. And once again, it could be a relationship, it could be a situation, it could be a career situation. But this is allowing you to step into this energy of truly loving yourself, but also loving your spiritual self, okay? Allowing yourself to have that spiritual connection to your spirit guides and angels. Understanding, you see the happy, you see she's getting the intuitive information. You see that like a lightning bolt coming into her crown chakra. It's understanding I don't have to just work super hard. If I allow myself to surrender to the journey, if I allow myself to ask for help from spirit, from my spirit guides and angels, from my, deceased loved ones, putting it out to the universe that I'm looking for their help, they are there for me. And I feel like that is part of this, is that you have the Seven of Swords on the bottom. Yeah, kind of like holding yourself back, okay? Because it's almost like I don't want to say that you don't want to talk to your spirit guides and angels, but once again, it's this energy of this is just something I have to do on my own. And it's kind of like asking yourself, why do you feel like you have to do it on your own? You know, why is it? Is it an energy? Let's take a look. Is it an energy of I so want a certain outcome, right? It's almost like I so want a certain outcome that I feel like I almost have to control it myself. Because sometimes when we don't allow ourselves to give in to the energies of our intuition, right? Or asking for help from our spirit guides and angels. Sometimes it's because we want to have something in particular and a certain outcome. And so we're kind of attached to that instead of saying, I'm willing to allow the best thing for my highest good to come in. Therefore, we're giving up the control. We're still willing to put in the work, right? But we're also allowing ourselves to let go of having a specific outcome in mind. Yeah, this is, look, you have the Death card. You have the Temperance. This is helping you to understand that, you know, you have to give a little and you have to allow the spirit, your spirit guides and angels to give a little too, right? It's like you got to give a little and you got to get a little. This is the alchemy, you know, taking a little bit of this and a little bit of that and combining it together. Understanding you don't have to do it yourself, right? It takes courage to understand, okay, I'm going to allow myself to surrender to the journey. I'm going to allow the spirit world to help me with this instead of trying to control everything myself. Yeah, you know, it is kind of true that sometimes when we go on that journey of thinking something has to turn out a certain way, it can also bring in a lot of anxiety because we're putting it all on ourselves, right? It increases our burden almost. It's kind of like allowing ourselves to let the universe come in and help us. So let's see what your obstacle is. Yeah, you have the High Priestess. One of your obstacles here is that you're allowing yourself to disconnect, okay, from your intuition, from the spirit world. You have the Healing Light here. There's almost an energy of, I'm going to do this on my own, you know, and I'm not sure that you actually recognize that. You may feel as if this is helping you to, I don't know, they're saying prove your worthiness. Like if you do it on your own without any help, right? It's kind of like if the farmer said, I'm going to plant the whole crop myself. I'm going to nurture the crop myself. I'm going to harvest the crop myself. Okay. In the end, that's a lot of work, right? And you may not even get all of the harvest that he could have gotten if he allowed other people to help him. It's kind of like understanding, okay, I can only do so much myself. We only have so much time and energy, right? We're only humans in that aspect that we can only give so much of ourselves as far as time and energy. And this is something that I think you've been giving a lot of time and energy to, but you've been toiling almost too hard. There's a fork in the road here. It's kind of understanding that part of this situation is helping you. 10 of Cups popped out. Part of this situation is helping you to have the patience to allow other people or the spirit or your spirit guides to help you with this situation. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of resonate. There are times when I sit there and go, I could just do it so much faster myself. You know, why do I want to teach somebody else how to help me or explain to somebody how they can help me? I could just do it so much faster myself. Okay, well, if the farmer said that about everything, right, the crop probably wouldn't get planted in time. If the farmer relied only on himself in order to, toil the soil and churn it up and prepare it and fertilize it and plant it and did everything, didn't ask for any help. Look, he's not even using a machine, okay? He's using a tool. It's kind of like understanding that you can have what it is that you want, okay? When you allow yourself to give in to the energy of allowing allowing your spirit guides to help you, to asking for that help. I think that there's part of you, perhaps, you have the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles here. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody that nurtures herself and also nurtures those around her. But at the same time, you could be spending a lot of time taking care of other people instead of taking care of yourself. And so therefore, once again, it could be a career, a job, a relationship. You're giving more to the situation than you're getting out of the situation. And therefore, you're feeling a little bit disappointed. Here's your Ace of Wands. Here's your new mindset about the situation. Because you have this twice, the Ace of Wands, new idea, new mindset, new passion, new inspiration about how to move forward. And it's when you allow yourself to kind of like pull back, listen to your intuition, not feel like I just have to put the blinders on him and work really hard at this and then it'll work out. It's kind of getting back into your heart space, because you could be filled with fear that, this isn't going to work out. So the harder I work, the longer I work, the more diligent I am with my work, the more successful it'll be. This is the energy of, well, I am going to work on it, but I'm also going to listen to my intuition. Before I begin working, maybe I tap into my intuition, asking my spirit guides and angels to help me. What's the most important thing for me to work on here? How can I serve others? What right in front of me is, the most important thing for me to do today? Instead of feeling like you have a plan and you have to stick to the plan. Because your advice here is, this is a long way of feeling like, I feel like for some of you, you're healing inner child wounds around feeling like you didn't get the emotional support, perhaps, that you needed as a child. And you're kind of like healing because you have the healing light here. Healing this inner child need of wanting help and not being able to get it. Perhaps not learning how to ask for help, or when you asked for help, you didn't get the help that you needed, right? You could have had those types of energies when you were a child, and now here it is. You're learning through this experience that you don't have to do things completely on your own. You could have been raised in a home where you were given chores to do and it was kind of like your responsibility. Like somebody may not have actually taught you how to do the chore, right? In the easiest way. And so in other words, you were almost set up for, I don't want to say failure, but set up in a way that you didn't learn how to, I don't want to say shortcuts. It's not about shortcuts. It's about finding a more easier way of doing things, right? Of learning how you don't have to constantly, it's working smarter, not harder. That's exactly what this is. It's working smarter, not harder. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, this is stepping into a whole new world. Yeah, you're allowing yourself to let go of the mental anguish. There's something, I think you're kind of healing. There's a little bit of healing energy here of thinking that you have to work really hard at something in order to find success. This is allowing yourself to, and once again, it's not about taking the easy way out. There's not, that's kind of like the energy, but that's what I think is bothering you. You don't want to take the easy way out. You want to do it right. There's this energy, I want to do it right. But you're thinking if to do it right, you have to work really hard. You have to do it the hard way. Really kind of interesting energy here, because here you are, you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? Blessings come your way when you allow yourself to make choices that are more in alignment with your heart. I think you're trying to do something, but you're not doing it because it's something that you want, but because of something that you think you're supposed to do. Because here's stepping into your truth. What is it that you really want out of this, Virgo? It's almost like you're working really hard on something, but it's not something that you really want to work on. You may be working on it because it's what somebody else wants you to work on. You could have, here's a couple of scenarios. You could have a job where all of your tasks, okay, are on projects or have to do with things that you really and truly don't care about. You honestly don't. And you don't see the purpose of it. In other words, you're toiling, you're doing maybe mundane tasks or repetitive tasks that don't really take a lot of your intellect or are not fulfilling to you at all. So, but you're just doing it because, okay, you feel like you have to, make money, which is part of our world, but it's almost like you don't allow yourself to think that you're supposed to enjoy work. In other words, you think work is a 4-letter word. Instead of allowing yourself to step into a career, a job, a relationship that is more in alignment with what your heart truly desires. So you're almost like sticking with something because you just feel like, I have to finish this. Or, if it's a project, I have to finish this. Or if it's a relationship, relationships are supposed to be a lot of work. Like, I just have to keep working at this relationship and it'll finally become something that I love. But understanding if you're doing something that you don't love, then it is only work. It's asking yourself, why am I allowing myself to put all this time and energy into something that isn't in alignment with my heart? If it's a job or a career, it's like asking yourself, okay, what do I really want to do? The Queen of Pentacles does what she's responsible and reliable. You're trying to be responsible and reliable in a situation that is not in alignment with what you truly are destined to experience. So it's kind of like understanding until you kind of follow your heart, follow where your spirit guides and angels are trying to allow you to go. It's almost as if everything you do is going to be out of this sense of responsibility, reliability, doing what I'm supposed to do instead of what I want to do. And coming back to the energy of allowing your spirit guides to guide you, right? Let's go back to this. They're trying to help you to understand that what you are doing, what you are working on, the situation or relationship, it's time for it to come to an end so that you can step into a new second chance in life, right? This is, the Phoenix rising, having a new experience in life. I think for some of you, you're closing out a chapter where literally you have been thinking work is a 4-letter word. Instead of, oh my goodness, I get to get up every day and go do something that I truly enjoy. Yeah. And when you allow yourself to understand, okay, I have the strength and the courage in order to go towards what it is that I want. Yeah, you become the wise one. You walk away from something. And I do feel like an Ace of Pentacles, right? A new opportunity comes. It's allowing yourself to, I think for some of you, you've kind of talked yourself into, I have to finish this, or I have to see this to the end, or whatever, but it's only work. There's no joy in this at all. This is just toiling to toil. And I think for some of you, you're toiling to toil because you feel like you're the Queen of Pentacles, right? And you have to do the responsible, reliable thing. And the responsible and reliable thing is working hard at something that you really don't enjoy. I feel like you're breaking out of this. You know, you're going towards what it is that you really want. You're committing to what it is that you truly want. And that is the miracle here. The miracle is understanding I don't have to work just to work, to feel like I'm supposed to toil and make my life almost like miserable. It's time to go in the direction. It doesn't mean you go in and quit your job tomorrow, right? But it's it's stepping into that energy of what is it that I truly want? Where is my heart calling me to go? And tapping into your intuition, understanding your spirit guides and angels are trying to help you on this journey. Surrendering to the journey instead of feeling like, no, I got to close out. I feel like for some of you, your heart has been calling you to go in a different direction. And you're like, no, that has to be on hold. I have to put that on hold because I've got to finish this over here first. Asking yourself, why is it important for you to finish this? Is there something that you're trying to prove to yourself, trying to prove to other people? Or is it just because you're fearful if you go in the direction of where your heart is calling you to go, that it means that you're truly stepping into a new chapter of unknown, which is scary in itself, right? That brings up the anxiety. It's kind of like, yes, I'm going in a new direction. And that is scary. That is sometimes scary and yet exhilarating at the same time. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. Yes, they're coming back to the Queen of Pentacles. So I'll say, you know, the Queen of Pentacles isn't really a risk taker. I feel like you've been in this energy maybe for some time, doing the responsible, reliable thing, right? And it's about, okay, maybe with 2024, it's time. It's the year of taking risks, of going towards what it is that your heart truly desires. Taking this last month to really kind of spend some time thinking about where it is that you would perhaps like to live, where you would like to work, you know, who you would like to be doing that with, and asking yourself those kind of difficult questions so that you can step into this energy of going directly towards what it is that your heart desires. All right, Virgo, I am going to leave it there. I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. And I wish you so much love and light. I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.